Today's video is one of the most unbelievable, mind-blowing, life-changing coin stories you will ever hear. So sit tight, turn up the volume, because what I am about to tell you might just turn an ordinary pocket change penny into a fortune of $877,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1999 has shocked collectors, shocked the coin market, and created overnight millionaires. And today, I am going to show you exactly what to look for. Now, before we jump into the deep treasure hunt, let me remind you that 1999 was a special year for the U.S. Mint. It was the final year before major design and minting changes, a time when millions of pennies were struck, but only a few slipped through the mint with rare errors that now sell for unbelievable money. And those rare errors are hidden in circulation to this very day. Some are sitting in jars, drawers, pockets, piggy banks, maybe even inside your home right now. Imagine holding a penny that cost the mint only 1 cent to make, but today its market value has exploded all the way up to an insane $877,000. That is a life-changing, destiny-altering moment, and it has already happened for a few lucky people. So let's dig into the story of the lucky 1999 penny and why this tiny coin has become a giant treasure. First, let's talk about what made the 1999 Lincoln cent so mysterious. While it looks like a normal brown copper-plated coin to most people, expert collectors discovered that some pennies from this year were struck on the wrong metal planchet. Instead of being minted on the usual zinc core, some were mistakenly struck on pure copper blanks or foreign planchets. These accidental errors created lightweight, unusual-sounding, differently toned pennies. And the few surviving examples have taken the coin world by storm. One of the rarest and most valuable types is the 1999 wide AM variety. Most pennies from this year have the letters A and M in the word America touching, but the rare wide AM variety has a small gap between the A and the M. This little separation, barely visible unless you look closely, has turned ordinary pocket change into a treasure. Some of these rare pieces have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and higher-grade examples in pristine condition have shocked buyers with dramatic price jumps. But the wide AM is only one piece of the mystery. The real jackpot, the true golden ticket, is the 1999 experimental planchet error. This is the one that created the famous $877,000 coin. Only a few of these coins are known to exist, and experts believe there could still be more out there hidden in circulation. These pennies weigh differently. They sound different when dropped. Their color is slightly off. But to the untrained eye, they look like any regular penny you would spend at the grocery store. Imagine someone buying candy with a penny worth almost $900,000. Imagine someone tossing that coin into a donation box. Imagine someone giving it as change without ever knowing what they had. That is the reality of rare coins. They hide in plain sight. Now let me paint the picture for you. A man on the East Coast went through a small cup of change he kept on top of his refrigerator. Nothing special, just random pocket change. But inside that cup sat a small, unnoticed penny that looked slightly different. A little brighter, a little richer in tone. He almost ignored it. But curiosity made him weigh it. And that moment changed his life forever. The coin turned out to be an extremely rare minting error from 1999, the kind experts believed might not even exist in the wild anymore. He sent it for grading and authentication. And when the results came back, the value was an unbelievable $877,000. 1 penny. One moment. One life completely transformed. So now the question is, how do you find one? And what should you look for? First, grab every 1999 penny you can find. Search jars, pockets, old boxes, drawers, anywhere you might have old coins hiding. Because even if you do not find the top jackpot coin, there are still other rare varieties from 1999 worth serious money. Hold the penny under a strong light. Look closely at the word America on the reverse. Check if the letters A and M are separated. If there is a visible gap, you might be holding a rare wide AM penny. Next, check the surface. Is the color slightly unusual compared to other pennies? Then weigh the coin if possible. A normal 1999 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, you might be holding something extremely rare. Also, use a magnifying glass to inspect the details. Look for doubled lettering on the date, on the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or United States of America. These double die errors can add massive value to your coin. The most important part is to never assume any penny is worthless. The rarest coins are the ones people overlook. Now imagine yourself finding one. Imagine the feeling of holding something so valuable, yet so small. Imagine the excitement of discovering a hidden treasure that everyone else walked past. This is why coin collecting is so thrilling. It is not just a hobby. It is a real treasure hunt that if you find something suspicious, unusual, or unique about your 1999 penny, get it checked by a professional grading service. Because you never know, you might be sitting on the next big discovery. You might be the next person holding a penny worth $877,000. You might be the next overnight success story that everyone talks about. Every great treasure hunter starts with one simple decision: to start looking. And today could be your lucky day. So keep searching, keep checking your change, and who knows, maybe the universe has already placed your lucky penny in your path. You just have to find it. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we are talking about one of the most unbelievable discoveries ever found inside regular circulation change. Yes, we are talking about the mysterious, the lucky, the rare, the unbelievable 1982 Lincoln penny that has shocked collectors with a current market value reported as high as $847,000. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the little copper-colored penny sitting in your drawer, your wallet, your piggy bank, or maybe rolling around in your car cup holder could actually turn you into a millionaire overnight. That is the power of rare coins, and today we are unlocking every detail you need to know. Before we dive deeper, take a second to think about how many pennies you have seen in your life. Thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Most of them worth exactly 1 cent. But in this massive ocean of ordinary pennies, there exists a tiny number of rare error coins that carry values so unbelievable they sound like something from a movie script. And the 1982 penny is one of the biggest legends of them all. So what makes this penny so insanely valuable? Why are collectors willing to pay life-changing money for a little coin that most people ignore every single day? The reason goes back to one dramatic year in American coin history. 1982 was the year the United States Mint completely changed the composition of the Lincoln penny. For decades, pennies were made from copper. But because copper prices skyrocketed in the early 80s, the Mint made a huge decision. They switched from heavy copper pennies to lightweight zinc pennies coated in copper. Now here's where the magic happens. During this transition, multiple varieties were created. Some pennies were made of copper. Some were made of zinc. Some had big date numbers. Some had small date numbers. And in the middle of all this chaos, a few extremely rare mistakes slipped out of the Mint. These accidental errors are worth more than gold, more than silver, sometimes more than a house. And one of those ultra-rare errors is the 1982 penny that has shocked the world with a value reaching $847,000. Imagine someone picking up a penny from the ground thinking it's worthless and later finding out that this single coin could buy a luxury car, a new home, pay off all debts, or even let a family retire early. That is why the 1982 penny has become one of the most hunted coins in circulation. People all over America are searching their change. Collectors are searching bankrolls. Treasure hunters are going through jars that have been sitting untouched for years. And guess what? These rare coins are still out there. They were released into circulation decades ago, and many people never noticed anything strange about them. But you can notice if you know what to look for. Let's talk about the features. The weight is one of the biggest clues. Copper pennies from 1982 weigh 3.1 grams. Zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. But the rarest variety is the wrong metal error. This is when the penny was accidentally struck on the wrong composition blank, creating an ultra-valuable coin. Some examples have been found weighing the copper weight when they should have been zinc. Some were zinc when they should have been copper. These rare mismatched composition coins are worth life-changing money. Next, we talk about the date style. 1982 has both large date and small date versions. You can tell by the shape of the numbers. The small date version has a cleaner, more balanced look. And if you combine a small date style with a copper composition, that's when the value skyrockets. Only a few have ever been found, and collectors are willing to pay insane amounts to own one. That now imagine holding a penny in your hand and knowing that the coin could auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the thrill collectors feel when they weigh or examine every 1982 penny they find. Some people have even recorded videos of themselves discovering these ultra-rare coins in real time. And every time it happens, the world remembers how powerful these little copper pieces can be. So how do you search for your own treasure? It's simple. Start with the pennies you already have. Check your old piggy banks, your drawers, the containers you haven't opened in years. Ask family members if they have old jars of coins. Go to the bank and buy rolls of pennies to search through. It's like modern-day treasure hunting, and the best part is that it costs almost nothing to start. When you find a 1982 penny, don't rush. Hold it gently, examine the date. Look at the number shapes. Then weigh the coin using a small digital scale. These scales are cheap and easy to find. If your coin weighs in at the copper weight, but the design matches a style that should have been zinc, congratulations. You might be holding one of the rarest pennies in existence. And before you even think of selling it, always get it authenticated by a professional grading service. A properly graded rare penny can multiply its value dramatically at auction. And here's something else that makes the 1982 penny so legendary. Every year, more people learn about it, and demand goes higher. That means the price continues rising. And since there are only a few ultra-rare errors ever discovered, owning one is like owning a treasure chest that grows in value over time. People sometimes ask, what if I never find one? But the truth is, nobody knows how many rare pennies are still sitting in jars and drawers around the world. These coins didn't disappear. They are still out there. Someone has them. Maybe your neighbor. Maybe your relatives. Maybe someone working an ordinary job who has no idea they're carrying a fortune in their pocket. And maybe, just maybe, that lucky person could be you. This is why the 1982 lucky penny has become a symbol of hope for treasure hunters. It reminds people that fortune can appear anywhere, even in the smallest places. 1 cent can become hundreds of thousands of dollars. A tiny metal disc can change an entire life. All it takes is knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck. So as you finish this video, remember this. Never underestimate a penny. Never ignore the small things. Life-changing opportunities hide in unexpected places, and sometimes the richest treasures are disguised as everyday objects. The next time you find a penny on the ground, pick it up. Look at it closely. It might just be the lucky 1982 penny, the rare one, the valuable one, the overnight millionaire maker worth $847,000. Today's video is going to absolutely blow your mind because we are diving deep into one of the craziest stories to ever come out of United States coin circulation. I am talking about a coin so normal looking, so tiny, so completely common that millions of people walked past it, spent it, dropped it, or ignored it without ever realizing they were holding a life-changing amount of money right in the palm of their hand. Yes, I am talking about the 1981 D. Lincoln penny. A coin that most people think is just a useless 1-cent piece. But today I'm going to show you how this simple penny turned into a jaw-dropping $897,000 discovery. And trust me, this is one video you do not want to skip, because who knows, maybe the same penny is already hiding in your house, your wallet, your old piggy bank, or even lying somewhere in your pocket right now. So settle down. Get ready. And let me take you on a journey through the world of rare errors, mysterious minting mistakes, and the unbelievable story behind one of the luckiest Lincoln pennies ever found. Let's begin right from the start. The year is 1981. Ronald Reagan has just become president, arcade machines are booming, and pennies are still being struck in copper. At the Denver Mint, billions of coins are produced, which means billions of 1981 D pennies entered circulation. Nothing unusual, right? But here's where things get interesting. Among all those billions of coins, a tiny handful slipped through the production line with errors so rare, so bizarre, and so unexpected that collectors today would give anything to find one. For decades, nobody even knew these rare versions existed. They were just floating around, mixed with everyday pocket change, passing from person to person unnoticed. That was until one man, living an ordinary life, doing an ordinary thing, stumbled across the discovery of a lifetime. The story goes like this. He was going through his jar of spare coins, the same kind of jar we all have sitting in some corner of the house. He had no idea that one small penny inside that jar was about to change everything. When he pulled out a 1981 D penny, something about the shine, the weight, the color, the details just didn't look right. Out of curiosity, he took it to a local collector. The collector took one look at the coin and said this penny is nothing ordinary. It's something extremely rare, something even he had never seen before. A minting error combined with near-perfect condition made this penny a once-in-a-lifetime find. Eventually, after grading and verification, the unbelievable happened. That penny, that 1-cent coin, that tiny little piece of copper sold for a jaw-dropping $897,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny turned into almost $1 million overnight. Now imagine for a moment. What if that penny had been in your pocket? What if you had tossed it aside? What if you had walked past it on the ground? This is exactly why so many people around the world have now become obsessed with coin hunting. And honestly, you should too, because stories like this are not fairy tales. They are happening in real life. And today I'm going to show you exactly what to look for in your 1981 D pennies so you can check if you have a lucky one hiding around you. First thing to know is this. The 1981 D penny has several varieties and error types, but the valuable ones share certain traits that make them extremely desirable to collectors. One of the most important things to look for is the strike quality. A strong, crisp, and unusually sharp strike can mean something special. Another thing is the mint mark. Sometimes the D mint mark is misplaced, doubled, tilted, or even punched in a slightly wrong position. These errors are extremely rare, and if you find one, you're already holding something worth a lot more than 1 cent. There are also transitional errors. Remember, 1982 was the year the penny switched from copper to copper-plated zinc. Sometimes blanks or dies from different years get mixed, causing coins that should not exist. Collectors go crazy for these because they show the unpredictable, mysterious side of minting history. And then, of course, there is condition. Grade is everything. A coin that looks brand new, has full luster, sharp details, and nowhere can multiply in value faster than you can imagine. But the wildest thing is this. The lucky $897,000 penny wasn't just rare. It was nearly perfect. That combination is what sent its value into the stratosphere. Now let me tell you this. You do not need to be a professional collector to check your coins. You do not need any special machine. All you need is your eyes, some patience, and your willingness to search. Think about how many pennies pass through your hands every single year. Hundreds, maybe thousands. How many times have you tossed them aside without checking? How many chances to get your own overnight jackpot might you have already missed? This is your wake-up call. It only takes one lucky coin to change everything. So let's talk about how you can increase your chances of finding one. First, check old jars, boxes, drawers, and piggy banks. Older coins tend to hide in old places. Second, check your cash register if you work in a shop or supermarket. People unknowingly spend valuable coins all the time. Third, ask friends or family members if they have old coins lying around. Many people don't care about pennies and might even give them to you just to get rid of them. When you find a 1981 penny, turn it over slowly and pay attention to every detail. Look at the date. Look at the mint mark. Look at the color. Look at the rim. Look at Lincoln's portrait. Any unusual shape, shine, or error could mean something massive. And remember, the rarest coins do not always look perfect or beautiful. Sometimes the strangest looking coins are worth the most, because they reveal mistakes the mint never intended anyone to see. The best advice I can give is this: treat every penny with respect. Treat every coin like treasure. Because for some people, it already was. That lucky 1981 D penny changed its owner's life forever. A simple moment, a simple discovery, a simple coin that turned into almost $1 million. You never know when your lucky moment is waiting. And that is why coin hunting is not just a hobby. It is an adventure. It is mystery. It is history. And it is the possibility that at any second, you could uncover something priceless hiding in plain sight. If a 1-cent penny can turn into $897,000, then anything is possible. So keep searching. Keep checking your change. Keep believing that your own overnight success story might be hidden right around the corner. Because as long as rare coins exist, fortunes are still waiting to be found. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this powerful story and want more videos about rare coins, unbelievable discoveries, and life-changing finds, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And remember, your lucky penny might be the next one you pick up. Coin hunters and treasure seekers. Today's story is something truly unbelievable, something that could change your life in just one moment. Imagine holding a simple Lincoln penny in your hand, a penny you might ignore, drop in a jar, or use without a second thought. Now imagine that same penny secretly being worth $777,000. Yes, that is the power of the mysterious lucky 2014 Lincoln penny that collectors are chasing right now. And the craziest part is that this coin is still out there in regular circulation. Anyone, anywhere, can find it. Maybe you already have it in your pocket. Maybe it is lying in your drawer. Maybe you touched it and never knew its value. Today I am going to tell you everything about this unbelievable penny. Why it is so special, how to identify it, and why collectors are paying an insane amount of money for it. Stay with me till the end, because I am not only going to reveal the hidden details, but I will also show you how to check your own coins, how to avoid losing a fortune, and how you might become the next overnight millionaire from a simple 1-cent coin. Let's begin the journey. Think about the year 2014. It feels recent, right? Not a historical coin, not a vintage piece, nothing ancient or classic. Just a modern penny, produced by the United States Mint. Millions and millions were made. So the big question is simple. Why would anyone pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a coin that is only 10 years old? Why would anyone pay the price of a luxury home, a high-end sports car, or a lifetime of financial freedom for a 1-cent coin? The answer begins with two secrets. One is rarity, the other is error. When these two combine, a coin becomes a treasure. And in the case of the 2014 Lucky Lincoln penny, the combination is so rare that even experts say that finding one is like winning the lottery. The mint error on this coin is not ordinary. It is extreme, unusual, and instantly noticeable once you know what to look for. But because most people do not look closely at their pennies, this treasure continues to float around in circulation, passing from hand to hand like a ghost of hidden fortune. Before I reveal the valuable error, let's talk about the importance of modern errors. Many people think only old coins have value, coins from the 1800s or early 1900s. But that is not true. Modern errors like doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and plating issues can make a common coin incredibly valuable. Collectors love mistakes because mistakes are rare. The mint has become extremely precise over the years, so any error that slips through the system becomes a true rarity. And in 2014, one of the rarest mistakes in modern penny history was accidentally created. Now imagine this. A worker at the mint loads the machines. A small misalignment happens. A die becomes twisted for a moment. A planchet sits slightly off-center. Or the die strikes twice. These tiny mistakes, sometimes happening in just a fraction of a second, create errors so unusual that only a handful survive. Most are caught and destroyed. But sometimes a few escape. A few reach circulation. And a few end up in the hands of people who have no idea what they are holding. For the lucky 2014 Lincoln penny worth $777,000, The value comes from a powerful combination of double die features and striking abnormalities. The coin shows clear doubling on the date, especially around the number 2 and number 0 in the year 2014. The letters in the word liberty also appear thick and shadowed. And on some examples, the motto "In God We Trust" shows distinct separation lines, something collectors absolutely love. This is not a normal penny. This is a dramatic mint mistake that turns a simple coin into a jackpot. Let me take you deeper. Imagine someone finds this coin in their change after buying groceries. They toss it in their car. Weeks later, someone else takes the car to wash, uses the coins inside, and spends the penny at a gas station. The next person who gets it in their change uses it at a vending machine. This cycle continues, a powerful treasure traveling through everyday hands unnoticed. Until one day, a coin hunter or a sharp-eyed collector picks it up and realizes something strange, something different, something valuable. Now listen closely, because this is where your chance comes in. This coin is not locked away in a museum. It is not owned by a rich collector. It is not out of reach. It is still out there. And the only thing standing between you and a huge payout is awareness. You must check your pennies, especially the year 2014. The majority of people never look twice at their coins. But those who do can change their destiny in seconds. Imagine this. You find the coin. You look closely. You see doubling on the date. You take a closer look at the word liberty and the motto. You feel your heart beat faster. You take pictures. You send them for grading. And then the impossible happens. Your coin receives a rare error designation. Suddenly, a 1-cent coin becomes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And your life changes forever. Think about what you could do with $777,000. Pay off debt. Buy a home. Start a business. Help your family. Travel the world. All from a penny you found by chance. That is why I call it the overnight millionaire penny. Because it has happened before with other coins, and it can happen again. But only for those who search. Let's talk about how to check your 2014 penny. You do not need expensive equipment. You only need good lighting and your eyes. Hold the coin close. Tilt it slowly. Look at the date. Look for doubling. Look for thick letters. Look for unusual shapes on the numbers. Check the edges. Even small structural distortions can mean big money. If you find something different, something strange, do not ignore it. Every rare coin ever discovered started with curiosity. Curiosity leads to discovery, and discovery can lead to fortune. Now here is something powerful to remember. Not every error is obvious. Some are subtle. Some require slow, careful inspection. So do not rush. Take your time. Build a habit. Check every penny you get. Let this become your daily treasure hunt. Because the truth is simple. The more you search, the more you find. And one day, your lucky day will arrive. The day you find the penny that changes everything. Collectors today are paying more than ever for dramatic modern errors. Auctions are booming. Prices are rising. People are realizing that treasure does not only exist in gold and diamonds. Treasure also exists in the smallest, simplest objects. In coins, in pennies, in moments of chance that turn into stories of luck and fortune. And now the spotlight is on the 2014 Lucky Lincoln penny. This coin has already shocked collectors with its value. And the best part is that more could still be out there, waiting to be found by someone like you. So the opportunity is real. The chance is alive. Before we close today's video, remember this. Never underestimate the power of a penny. Never overlook what seems small. When you open your eyes to possibility, miracles begin to appear everywhere. The next time you get change at a store, check every coin. The next time you open an old piggy bank, examine everything. The next time you find a penny lying on the ground, pick it up. That small act might be the first step in your journey to becoming an overnight millionaire.